everyone, so today I'm going to be upgrading my e-bike to withstand off-road while making it an adventure machine. So stay tuned to see all the upgrades and the test at the end. Let's get started.
Two hours later.
Okay everyone, so here I have my newly built wheel. I got it super true, so it's ready to have a tire on it. So let's go ahead and put it on. And just like that, the tire's on the rim. So let's go ahead and work on the drivetrain. I want to remove the cranks off the e-bike so I can convert it to a 1x system. I had to buy this crank puller off of Amazon, and it also came with a bottom bracket removal tool. So let's go ahead and try to pull off the cranks. Cranks are off, I can go ahead and take off the bottom bracket. And there's the other side of the bottom bracket. And when taking a bottom bracket off, the left side of the bike, the threads are normal and unloosened going left. On the right side of the bike, the threads unloosened by turning it right. A good way to remember this is always to turn your wrench to the front of the bike. That way both sides of the bottom bracket will come out. And before I install my new cranks, I just want to show you guys the amount of complexity that I reduced on the bike and the weight. So I have the scale set up in grams. So I'll go ahead and start putting the old parts in it. Looks like it is 1,874 grams for the old parts. Now I'm going to weigh the new parts. And it turns out to be 1,601 grams. So you can see from me changing from a 3x system to a 1x system, it saves me just about 273 grams. It doesn't sound like much, but the main benefit for this 1x system is just making the bike more simple and just relieving a lot of clutter from this old system. So let's go ahead and slap on these new cranks and these new parts. Look how simple that drivetrain is. So now coming up to the front of the bike, I can finally deal with this huge mess. The bars that are on the bike right now are very narrow, which is not good for control, and going the speeds that this bike can go is not very safe. Also, I cannot fit all of the components on these bars, so to replace them, I have these Answer 810 bars. These bars are 810 millimeters wide, which in the mountain biking world are very modern and really wide. So I'll just take all of the components off of these old narrow bars, and I'll put on the new Answer bars, and then we can continue with the build. Before I put the other grip on the other side of the bar, I want to cut about 1/3 of the grip off. The reason I want to do this is because combined with the throttle, it'll make up the whole size of a grip. Without cutting it, you can see the grip plus the throttle takes up more than half of this side of the bar. So let's take a Sawzall and let's cut 1/3 of this grip off. And now I'm going to add my Shimano SLX hydraulic brake. And now coming down to the motor, I need to mount the brake caliper onto the rotor. I've had to modify this caliper mount by sanding it so it's about 4 millimeters thinner, but now that I've sanded it, it fits right on the inside of the fork. So I'll go ahead and bolt it back up to the fork. I'm just going to do some organization of the wires. I'm just going to zip tie it to the fork and just seal it up in this bag. best of the Part 2 off-road e-bike. After all these upgrades, it feels like a completely new bike. Now if the adventure side gets the best of me, I can go off on a gravel road and ride some single track. Before this video ends, I just want to go over a brief summary of all the upgrades and new parts I put on this bike. So as you saw in the beginning, I laced a new rim due to a ding in the old rim. Once I had it laced, I went ahead and put on these 2.5-inch Kenda tires, which give it the rugged off-road look while improving traction. Then to stop this bike, I went ahead and put a disc brake on the front wheel. Then with a Shimano SLX hydraulic brake, I put it on the rotor for some stopping power. Then to add stability, I had to add wider bars. So I went with these Answer 810 bars. Moving down to the drivetrain, I converted it to a 1x9 system, removing a lot of complexity from the 3x7 drivetrain it had before. And finally, just to add a more mountain bike look to the bike, I added a new slimmer seat. So that's just about it for Part 2 conversion on the off-road e-bike. These modifications have to be my favorite to this bike. Now I can actually go off-road without having to risk crashing or breaking something. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see any tools or parts that are used in this video, check the link in the description. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.